Welcome back to Smooth Meduso Gaming. Today I want to talk about the class, the Dragon Knight. Mostly you'll see a lot of Ardent Flame buffs here with a heck of a nuke that's coming. If you don't believe me, continue forward. We first start off by saying Fiery Breath has its damage on its initial hit increased by 200% just to be on par with the PB AoE standards that they now have. The base ability will now rank up in damage for the entire ability rather than just a dot. Fiery Grip sees a 20% ability damage on par. It's trying to go towards the gap closer standards and the damage that they do. We go here with Inferno. Now this is going to be an important one for stam users and magic users. Inferno, this ability and its morph now operate like Flames of Oblivion's morph, where they will scale with your highest offensive stats, which means if your stamina, or your weapon damage, or your spell damage, or your max magicka. This ability is also increased by 5%. This is a 5% passive bonus right here, which is always good. That's another buff for the Dragon Knights. Moving on. Now, the most important buff that the Dragon Knights will have at this point, especially for the caster slash melee build magicka Dragon Knights. A Lava Whip. Its cost is reduced by 5%, meaning you can get more spammables out. Molten Whip. The morph, it has been reworked to apply a stacking 33% damage and 125 weapon and spell damage buff. This can stack to 3 times, meaning you can get a 99% damage bonus to your next Molten Whip that's also empowered by 375 weapon damage and spell damage. If you have sets like Clever Alchemist, other things that just increase your spell and weapon damage wholeheartedly, in PvP you will become a monster. In PvE, I wouldn't be surprised that you can hit one Molten Whip ability for over 30 plus K on damage. And there will be different builds set around those. I'm pretty sure there's players right now crunching the numbers to get these different builds and have them working for this new Molten Whip. Now, as you know, we had with the DKs, their wings, reflective scales, protective scales. It's now called protective scales. You can no longer reflect projectiles. Let's be honest, that was broken. But now, this is still broken in my opinion. But some people like just not taking damage from it. But now, the damage is reduced by 50% from projectiles. That's archers. Those are casters who aren't using heavy attacks. Still broken. So my take on DKs and this Elsweyr, patch notes that I'm seeing so far, they're gonna on PvP. They're gonna be pretty dang good in PvE environments, raids, and everything else. If you're looking for a caster melee. They're still going to be doing the standard things that DKs did, but these buffs to DKs have put them on top. And you might see a lot of them besides the Necromancer that are coming up in this next expansion for ESO. This has been Smooth Meduso Reviews, and I'm out.